sometimes it might be hard for you to understand me. So
Okay.
if you don't, just say so.
All right.
But Bucknell starts down at the post. It comes this way. Now the ground on this side, that's Vaughn's. And then up to the corner, then Bucknell owns on both sides of the road. This is a township road that comes up to the gate here, and then the rest of the Bucknell line. We was getting that much water coming down through here because I can't help but thinking he didn't put retention ponds. At least that's what I was told. I don't know. Wasn't on it. But if he didn't, now we're getting all this runoff because what happens, I'm sure he did it with your property and all these houses back here. They probably brought a bunch of fill in and put it this way, they didn't take no ground out. They brought stuff in, so you're getting all this runoff. So this here, the township had to dig this ditch line out to and deeper, but you can see this.
Yeah.
It was eating my road, the lane away here, because you can see the township put these stones in, and it was running down through there. And normally the water used to come down, and we passed back there on the post there at the Bucknell property, there's a little post sticking up, there's a ditch line back there.
Okay.
And then there's a pipe goes across. We didn't get near the water I normally do down, because you can see that swell down there.
Yeah, it runs back behind.
When we get a lot of water, normally and we didn't get it running that, it changes, everything was changed, with, you know.
Since they did that.
With him putting that in. And, but yeah, it was bringing it across here, and finally this lane's looking pretty decent now, but I've thrown more potholes back here in the last couple of months than I did for 20 some years. Because I'm getting so much water, it's constantly wet here, and then when I get these roots back here, the more they drive down, the more potholes I'm going to get, because I don't have the drainage. These two are oh, there's no, you know, I gotta watch what I say, but you know, I'm trying to be on, you know, and I hate to, but the things definitely change. There's no doubt in my mind. But yeah, that was always a low area back there. With the swales and stuff, and matter of fact, we'll walk some of Bucknell and trying to get an idea what it looks like on Bucknell the way that property is, and I have an idea a lot of stuff got filled in. So now, instead of this water coursing down the old spring channels, now it's just runoff across the top. But yeah, you can see there was water laying in here so long that the algae started growing in here. Now this was always kind of wet. Don't get me wrong. And when I was a kid, it did lay wet in here, and I remember trapping muskrat back here. Right. But this year here,
Oh my gosh.
there was a little pipe down here. And now I'm asking Bucknell to put a bigger pipe in because this water's running across. I got this tank here.
Gosh, it's just swamp.
Now this stopped, what, 2 weeks ago maybe. Now this week here we're supposed to get, I think, what, 4 or 5 days of rain. So.
Oh, we gotta worry about flooding
Well,
again.
I don't know about flood.
But it's just coming. It don't matter if it's sunny or not. It just comes in the walls.
It hasn't shut off since
January 12th,
Okay. We'll have water running across here again.
when we saw it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
This is on the other side of our property at our neighbors. Spiller. Swamping them out. Look at this.
Boy, I don't want to get your shoes all mucky. You're nice and
Oh, I'll stay back. I can't go in there. Oh gosh.
Let me find a better spot here. All right. As we walk through.
This is awful.
Big pipe stem, okay, just to put in that little swale at the beginning of the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
And he like never flooded out.
Yep. Yep.
And he said okay, and built without him anyway. He had to get a township to force him to put him in. And I don't know why you couldn't just connect us into the runoff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
He didn't. He just has pipes
Mm-hmm.
coming out like 10 feet from the house, pours it in the yard,
Mhm.
right back in.
Yeah.
And then we had all these people come and play dumb and act like it's normal.
Right.
His people, his contractors, his guys, even the brokers and realtors, they're all acting like there's nothing to see here, completely normal.
Well, I was a township supervisor for 12 years, and I got tired of stupidity. That's why I got out of it. People are pretty good at acting stupid. So. Not me.
No, he told us that. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Oh, wrong
Hey.
person. Wrong person. We're getting so much information. We
That's all
can't
right.
keep it straight.
Well, I
It's
want to tell you
crazy.
something. That chemo was hard on me. Sometimes I get that brain fog, so I thought maybe I did say
Yeah, I know,
something.
I know.
No,
Listen,
okay.
I have it from the mold. It's okay.
Okay.
We're in the same boat.
Oh, boy. So, yeah, I was a little worried. I thought, geez, that quick, did I
no.
forget something? But,
Nope,
yeah.
nope.
Yeah, as far as that, your Tim Turner's bill, I have no idea who built anything in there. So, I actually only know one person that lives in there, and that would be Jim Rawbaugh, if you know him.
Yeah, we went back and met them.
Okay,
They told us about the flooding too.
okay, because he works down Bucknell at the golf course. He's a good egg, so.
He's the one that told us you can't, they build on a slab, that you can't even build here with a basement.
Okay.
So how was that allowed? I don't
That's what I'm
understand.
telling you. Yeah, whatever a township says, and I haven't been involved with township for a while because things do change. But as far as township zoning, wherever they tell you allowed to do, you can, do.
Well, it turns out that Tim Turner's realtor.
Oh my gosh, this is just so swampy. Go ahead, you guys go.
Well, you'll be all right. Just watch them guys
Okay.
there. I think you should be all right.
Oh my, it is just so foggy.
These wood lots, I'm going to get sidetracked here, but the wood lots around here are going to change. They changed so much of me and been involved with Bucknell, and it's going to be the same way there because it's gypsy moth to me, but now be politically correct, they're calling them spongy moths.
They're gypsy moths.
Yep. And another thing, our beech trees, we're losing them. They don't know what for.
Oh my.
We're going to lose our state tree. I don't know how you follow this stuff, but that's got woolly delgia. That's our state tree. Probably by 2040, that's going to be extinct. So, these wood lots are going to really change.
What? You mean because of the water?
No.
Because of what's in the water, I mean?
All these invasive parasites are coming in.
Yeah. Oh my.
There's a good sample of what I'm talking about, that woolly delgia. See that white stuff on there?
Yeah.
That's a little minute parasite, and that's bleeding that tree to death. They're little sap suckers. So, and pretty well all our hemlocks are pretty well getting infected across the state. So,
Honey, I need a hand, I believe. Just take a hand.
that's going to be another thing that's going to be good because them trees suck up a lot of water.
Yeah.
And we start losing probably these trees ain't going to be good. But now you're starting to see, we're very deep in here, and you're starting to see a little bit of swells and stuff.
Yeah, over there.
And I mean, the whole bar was like that before, so like I said, I have no idea what all he did there, but I have no idea. He probably sold a lot of stuff in.
He pretty much just dug some holes and dropped some houses in them.
Yep. There was no drains around the perimeter of the neighbor's house either. She had to pay to have someone else put them in.
Yeah, she had to have a piping ran
Across the Beachy's property,
Yes.
600 feet.
yeah, 600 feet just
To get
the
to
water
daylight.
away from her house.
Wow.
We don't have that. Can't get to daylight. It's crazy.
Yep. Well, here's a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
when you get
Jeez.
runoff, this will take the excess. There's actually another one over towards Stony Run, that little creek that comes down through. Yeah, we can keep going that way. You can kind of see what I mean. But yeah, like all that stuff on that Turner development, if all that stuff got leveled off and filled in, the water has no place to run then.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of stuff you're going to have to look for. Because, like I said, if you want to walk, if you guys put on good footwear and stuff, you want to walk down the line, because when we walk back out, I'll show you that line. And you can probably tell by Bucknell's property, especially over towards Stony Run, he's just about a Mennonite there. Lives close to you on the Stony Run side.
Beachies?
What?
The Beachies?
Yeah.
Irvin
There you
Beachy?
go, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I forget.
Yep.
But over toward him, there's a real good area where you can see that it's it's way more obvious than this.
Oh
And that'll
my.
take a lot of water there. So if that got filled in there, going up to that wasn't good. So yeah, you gonna walk run Bucknell property just to check it out. All right. If all that got filled in up that point, then I can understand why you're really getting water.
Yeah.
Trying to get an idea here. I don't want to.
We're good.
I'll give you a better
I mean, this
walk
is crazy.
and
It's
we'll
just
walk up
crazy.
the Stony Run. But we'll get out in the open.
I better let you lead because. Oh, this way.
It's really messed up the whole water deal, didn't it?
Yeah, well, like I said, I hate to say anything, but that's the way it sounds to me.
It's pretty clear.
Yeah. I mean, nobody has to say anything. We're seeing it.
Right.
That's why John flipped out from the beginning. Like, you're gonna flood us out of here.
Yeah.
That's okay. We got the zoning plans today with the drainage that was supposed to be there. Part of the plan. Oh,
Hey, did you get poisoned? You get
Honey, which-
poisoned? Did you get poisoned?
yeah.
Uh,
Well, that's okay. It's okay. It's worth it. It's worth it. We got to get this guy. He's really hurting a lot of people. He's really creating a lot of damage.
This way here. That thing's been obvious, and then that poison's there, so.
Okay. Oh, man, that's crazy. I'm Nikki, by the way.
What?
I'm Nikki.
Nikki,
Nicole. Yes,
okay.
and this is Randall.
Nikki and Randall.
Nikki and Randall.
What's your
We have
last name?
Gordon.
Gordon.
Gordon. My name's Rod.
Nice to meet you.
Gordon. Where are you from? Milton. Okay. You're probably quite a bit younger than me, but this would be that first spring. And boy, it just didn't seem like that thing was running.
No.
as much as it should be this year because most of
Because
that
it's
water-
running into our basement. That's
Well,
what
yeah.
everybody keeps saying is we must be on a spring.
Right. Yep. Yep.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what everybody comes in to do the basement and check out the sump. To do, like you guys are sitting on a spring.
So your spring is shallow because it's going in our base sub pump.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Yep.
That is crazy.
Because even that dude that he sent, he kind of told us the truth but lied when he said, "Oh, this is just because it was frozen outside still, and we were filling up."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh, this is just a winter spring that must have melted underground."
Yeah.
No, it's an actual spring.
So it will never stop, huh?
Probably not. Yeah. I ain't no
Oh my
hydrologist, so
gosh.
I ain't gonna say here, and say
Yeah.
for sure, but you're probably right.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, this is stuff we need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Stony runs just up here a little ways, but that bigger spring that runs down there at Beachy's, that thing's pretty deep. So you ought to try to get in there and see that,
Okay.
and then you'll kind of get an idea where I'm saying. Because if he blocked that channel off, which is my guess,
Yeah.
then that's why you're getting a lot of water.
So is our neighbor.
That's why
She's flooding
we're getting
too.
water out across the lane now instead of going where it used to run. Everything changed now. But we'll just take a quick jump.
I can't
here,
do it.
and, you'll get an idea. All right.
I'm gonna have to get new shoes. This is crazy that this would be allowed to happen.
Yeah, here's Stony Run, man. So, ideally, you want the water to push into this to get, that thing run down there, and then jump in the bucket of people with that. Yep.
Yep, we're clearly not draining in there.
Trying to figure out why we're on a spring, but now let's see this, it makes sense. To pipe things up to cool the water as you try to direct it away from the foundation.
Okay.
And they all said the same thing. You gotta be sitting on a spring. You gotta
Yep.
be.
And all the brick are full of water, so the blocks. So we have to. They have to come in and drill out all the water before we can fix the mold. We can't get the humidity below 69 with an 8,000 BTU commercial grade dehumidifier.
Yeah.
So the mold's just growing and he's like holding us hostage. He wants us to agree to something before he'll fix our drinking water and our mold. He won't fix the basement. Well, we can't fix the mold until we fix the basement.
Right. Yeah.
Well, 4 months we've been living like this.
Okay.
So now that's over. We're moving forward. We got a lawyer. We're
Yeah.
done. I lost 20 pounds since we moved into this house, throwing up daily. It's been a nightmare.
Yep. Yeah, it would be. I feel sorry for you.
I know. It's just a shame. It takes a whole lot of people it took a whole lot of people, players in this to make all of this happen to put us in this position. It wasn't just one guy, and that's a shame.
Yep.
That's a shame.
Yeah,
And the lies we were told in writing is palpable.
This is why nobody wants to give us any of the records.
Yep. They're refusing
They're refusing to give us the plans or refusing
Building
to
plans,
give us everything we signed
our
off on.
permits, inspection sign-offs.
That don't sound right.
It ain't. It's
You're talking
against
about
the law.
township then. Yeah.
Yep.
It's against the law. It's Freedom of Information Act. That's public record.
Yep.
Yep. They're giving us a real hard time about getting these records.
So we asked for the building plans. They're like, "Oh, we don't have to keep them more than 10 days. We threw those out."
We threw them out after 10 days. We're not required to keep them. That's what the head director said, Rod Knights. Then we found out that that's a lie. They were in the township building for 7 years. Well, we found out he lied. He's the one that's told us he don't have anything. We have to call Rod.
Okay.
And we find out that they are there. So
Okay.
that guy lied to us too.
Okay.
Doug
They're
Hovey.
there.
Doug Hovey lied to us. Said
Okay.
he don't have any records.
There's a reason they don't want to give us this stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
Yep.
they're trying to protect their backside, so.
Yep.
Yep. Shame.
Well, at least it sounds like you're the document and everything.
Yep.
which is-
Oh, yeah.
Get everything, you know,
Yeah.
try to get all the neighbor testimony and stuff you can.
Yep.
so.
Oh my word, we have his testimony. I recorded the whole inspection. He admitted everything's wrong.
Yeah, we had him come out. He ended up coming out, and he had to admit that everything was wrong.
Nobody has been concerned about anybody's health or safety this entire. It's crazy. Why wouldn't you? And you know what he said? Well, it passed code. This is the builder that had to come with the realtors, with the brokers, with us, with our contractor. Did a whole tour with everybody.
Yep.
Go ahead.
The whole time, he's like, passed code, passed code. So we get outside, and we're asking about why you only draining it, and we have no grade on the lawn or anything. He's like, what do you say? I don't have the grade.
What do you want me to do? I'd
What
have
do
to
we
cut
do?
down some
Let's cut
trees. I don't have the
down. I don't have
grade.
the grade. What do you want from me?
Mm-hmm.
We'll cut the trees down and put the grade in.
And there's no grading anyway. Like all our spouting drains tilt back towards the foundation, drain right into the, everywhere, into the everywhere in the house, everywhere in the foundation.
Yep, the little bit of grade we have runs towards the house.
Yep.
Just drops right in.
And then, the thing, it probably ain't gonna be good, being it's kind of in a wetland area. I don't know if you could ever get the drain, the grade to drain. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just because of the water.
And what's scary is this type of weather pattern we're in. It's scary to me because I don't know if it's going to leave anytime soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we're in a bad trend right now, and it's going to stick around for a while. So that ain't going to be good. So. Yep, but yeah, the way it sounds, I ain't no lawyer.
Yeah.
Don't take it where I'm saying, but I
Oh,
go
I
after that trend, the way it sounds to me, I go after him.
Oh, we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's your main culprit to nail it, if you can, so.
Yep. It's just really sad that all these people in the town and in the courthouse are telling us that we better we need to get out of this area to find help
Yeah, so we'll find
and
out
to
out
watch
there.
our backs.
Okay. Well,
That's
a shame to hear
crazy.
something, but I can see it, so, yeah. That's a shame.
That's really sad.
No, that's the type of world we're living in anymore. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's not good.
Nope.
But,
All right. Well, we'll let you get back to your day. We just
I'm
appreciate it.
pretty well ready to call it a day, but yeah.
Well, at least I can come in here and float, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll check that out. Take Nathan.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys get out here when it suits you. Takes a lot of pictures, like I said, them swales and springs. If you see where on Turner's property, they blocked off the access to that and filled in these areas. The water has no place to run, so now you got surface water instead of runoff.
Right.
Yeah.
He's just an answer. Yeah. Like the neighbor's house has the same issues we do.
Okay. And there's another thing. I hate to see where these people will have a problem. And don't get me wrong. I don't want to see bad things happen to anybody. But in a way, that might be to your benefit too.
Yep. And everybody else's benefit.
Right.
Everybody's being affected by this. We've talked to so many people. It's crazy.
And everybody's financial situation is different. But you might want to try to possibly tie her in with your lawsuit.
Yeah. We're gonna.
The more people you can get involved.
Yep, and we found out that there's other pending litigation against him, but we went to the courthouse and haven't found the record yet.
Okay.
So we're still trying to figure out who that is.
Okay.
They relayed to the courthouse and they said, you were talking to them last time we went, not today.
Okay.
And they were like, who's the neighbor? He said his name. I was like, oh my gosh, good luck. He's doing this to everybody. He's buying up everything, building crap. And they're the ones that told us, they're like, so you're not going to get any help in the county, you got to go outside the county.
Okay. Well,
And it's crazy because his attorney is also COG's attorney.
okay.
The director of COG, Rod Knight's his attorney.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they share attorneys.
How does that work?
Yeah, not
Said
good.
that you got Tim's on the zoning board, and
Right.
so they kind of
We
find
just
about the father
being part of it. I knew she was part of it.
on the zoning board,
Yep.
which now I'm starting to understand why he's buying everything up in Mifflinburg.
Yep. He's actually, he's over at Stony Run on the other side. He owns that ground there.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
I told you we're gonna end up running across him at some point.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
He's the one up at Danielle Hughes' property.
Yep.
Do anything on that little section?
Yep. I think we found a good guy. He's a little whippersnapper. He seems to be a little whippersnapper.
Well, you gotta get them whippersnappers, and you kinda gotta get them guys that ain't afraid to cuss and swear and get high strung once in a while.
Yeah. Yep. It just seems like Tim's connected to everybody that has any decision-making ability around here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we can't find a face to him anywhere.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Or his wife.
It is.
She's on everything too.
And they have aliases
They have aliases, different company names that they're working under.
at all different properties. And
Yep. LLCs
Sure.
and all these different, yeah, it's crazy.
he's got these 5 LLCs, and they're all at properties that he owned at some point, but doesn't live there anymore, but has them registered to these properties.
Okay.
Pretty crooked.
Yep. Well, yeah, you're right. You got different corporate holdings like that, or company holdings. There's a reason they can't, if you get lawsuits, they can't take the whole works down. They can only take one of them at a time.
Yeah.
Did you talk to Paul Haynes at all?
No.
Okay, he's a township supervisor.
Okay.
You
He's
think
a
we can
pretty
trust
good
him?
egg, So,
Okay.
yep.
What was his name again?
Paul
Paul
Haynes.
Haynes.
Okay.
So, don't be afraid to dig him. He might be able to help steer you to get this information your way. I ain't saying he can,
Right.
but if there's a way he can do it, there's no doubt in my mind he will.
Okay.
So,
Awesome.
and he lives close by here.
Do you think that it would be safer for us to try to get a hold of him privately instead of going
I would
to?
tell him, get a hold of him. Tell him I recommended him.
Okay.
Use my name with him.
Okay.
At this point, Tom, you kind of want to keep things hush-hush, a little mum.
Okay.
So, because you don't want to let too much information out,
Yeah.
because you don't want Turner to know what your plan of action is. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
And if you can find information out, hopefully Paul can steer you the right way that you can get this stuff.
Okay.
So,
You got your pen in the truck?
Yeah.
All right. I'll write his name down and Paul Haynes.